Oh, Gina! Let's chat, lady. Gina, good. You're back. The police must have finished questioning her then.
Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful?
Didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windibanks.
Oh, right. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy.
What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it.
That's not...
Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you, or not?
I must submit the paperwork now, if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you.
Right. I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear.
Oh, alright then. Blimey, give it a rest with dim eyes, Iris.
Was she looking at you? I wasn't even paying attention.
So come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Unfortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime.
And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windibanks that night. It looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it into Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose.
We already have the representation papers and the other documents we need.
All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow.
Nah, don't bother. Ginny.
Rip him up and chuck him, would ya? Them representation papers, or whatever they're called. This still ain't fancy enough to have a bin. So, what will you do in court tomorrow?
I'll be fine on my own. I don't think you will be.
Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. This is what stubborn pickpocket. She's so fucking annoying. Like, I get it, but also she's fucking annoying. What am I doing? Oh, I have to present something to her. We found this in Mr. Windibank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story.
Oh, right. Well, that's good then.
Curiously, the storeroom at Windibank showed no signs of being ransacked for items of values or the like. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Why don't you tell us what happened? Please. I like this song a lot. The little makes my heart sore.
Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured, it's gotta be worth a fair few piece of silver, right?
Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds.
What?
So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you?
No, Ginny, how could you?
What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I wasn't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if that manuscript or whatever it's called really was there or not. You're the one who said that. What the fuck? That's the only reason I was in the place.
For Iris' sake? Isn't that right?
We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did.
But I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well,
when I saw that the manuscript was in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said in the night before.
Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet.
I'm telling ya, that mental script ain't at Windibank's. You'd soon seen it if you had a look.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth. Sometimes. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you.
Alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. Also, I should have said this from the very beginning, since we've reunited with her. I don't know what the hell accent I've given her, so if it's not a real accent, we're carrying on. Or, you know, I've been doing a decent job at maintaining it. I just, whether it's real or not, I don't fucking know.
It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest. If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windibank's. It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She got her dad, only she can't see him.
She has her dad. And I reckon that's gonna be harder. Oops. Bad time to bring up the court record.
That's why she writes the stories. They're all about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. Last night, when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about Daddy.
You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective, so much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner?
Well, that's how I see it, yeah. You're so thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we?
Look, give it a rest, will ya? I hate all this chummy nonsense. Did you hear it? I hate it. I don't trust no one, alright? That's how I work. Cause if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, scalper. Whatever that word is. Why are your sleeves stained with coffee? Isn't this a jacket? What is that? That jacket's fucking nasty. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of that overcoat. Oh, he noticed it too. Are some very suspicious red stains. Ew, blood! What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. What? What? What, this? Or this? This? Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? But blood, Mr. Naruhodo? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Windibank's when he was shot last night?
Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else.
Take it easy, Iris.
Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot.
Oh my god, that's so much blood. Purple. Oh, that's Mason's blood.
Oh my!
What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. I don't think a coat could be so dark that it would cover up blood stains, though. It would leave a mark.
And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Ah, yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
I knew it.
What? What are you all about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story!
We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilden's overcoat.
But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said that this in his testimony.
Hoity. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from McGilden trying to pull the victim to his feet. No, if that's what would really happen, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over McGilden's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I've tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGilden. Trash!
Mr. Naruhodo,
that horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. To be fair, we were trying to uncover the truth. We didn't help him per se. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen?
Bruno, did you believe him though? Did you believe Mr. McGilden was innocent?
For like a bit. I believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon.
A weapon?
Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson.
You mean Kazuma-sama?
Kazuma! Kazuma! He lives on in memories. God. What was his voice? It's been so long. Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our client tells us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without fate. So I believe you, unwaveringly.
Kazuma.
What's funny, Gina? I'm reminiscing about my fucking best friend and you're fucking laughing at me?
Cool. Sounds like in this empire Japan you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it got you into believing in that bog trotter.
Yes, I inadvertently helped the murderer walk free. I didn't have a choice. First of all, y'all are rude.
Well, at least you've learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people is never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. Soon as you let down your guard, you've had it.
Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one. Get hurt by no one.
Gina, may I ask you something?
What?
I'd like to make it absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial?
How many times do I have to say it? Rip him up and chuck him away. You're so fucking annoyingly stubborn. God damn it.
Are you really sure that's what you want?
I bet that's what y'all wants and all. What? What? I bet that's what you wants and all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there.
Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago.
I led everyone up that garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can't believe in me after that? Not likely.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo?
A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. I trust her. She's still annoying, but yeah, I trust her. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial.
Are you half-baked?
Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth.
Seriously? Mr. Naruhodo? Didn't you hear what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just trip off me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it.
That was then and this is now.
Gina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Eh?
It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I'm completely on your side.
What do you expect me to say to that? She cried. Then, it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern lots of... I don't know what you are. I don't get ya.
Hooray, everyone is happy. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. We never even got to visit Sherlock. Whoa, Jesus! Okay, I'm okay.
Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once! Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice.
Mr. Sato?
Somebody's there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before.
What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Who's this? Oh, it's Gregson. Okay, Jesus, you scared me. Mario! I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector.
Grexy!
Oh dear me, I'm most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been listening in our conversation?
Oh, good grief! Listening in! No! I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave, even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is, nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-da!
ta-da, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, bye-bye.
That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship.
Oh, but I wanted to have a chat.
I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressed at the minute.
Oh, I see. That's a shame.
If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpers, Lord Strongheart will, well...
Emergency?
Lord Strongheart.
Nothing! Forget I said anything!
Anyway, I'm off!
Alright, Gregsy, if you have to. But let's chat soon.
Delighted, charmed, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. An emergency with the Supreme... What? What happened?
Gregsy is so funny. He says such silly things.
It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I too wonder.
I must attend to the court clerk's office now before it closes.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Sato.
Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later.
It's her last day with us. And so our investigations came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary paperwork for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. Let us have one final tender moment.
Naruhodo-san? It's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted.
What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mrs. Sholmes was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father had fallen ill, and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon.
Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them.
I know exactly what you mean.
Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow.
One final task?
What is it? It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret.
I'm so sorry, Susato-san.
It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts.
I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something.
And what would that be?
It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities.
Facets?
And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we see only a small number of those total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay its eyes on, for as long as we live.
That's so true.
Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind so much. But I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I finally understand how everything fits together.
Naruhodo-san.
I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark.
It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much.
Sorry? I've what?
Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant.
Aw. Do you know what time you'll be leaving London in the morning?
Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m.
So early. You're not gonna be here at all. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station.
Absolutely not.
Sorry?
I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow.
Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but
every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try.
How about we just send you off at 4 a.m. in the morning? Or 3 a.m. in the morning, or however long it takes? God dang! You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean?
Oh my! I nearly forgot.
Color in the oh, I thought you were gonna color in the Daruma's eye.
You were supposed to color in the Daruma's eye! Please, I want you to have this.
What is that? Some huge bundle of documents.
It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus.
Oh, word? The McGilded case.
It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windbag's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you.
When did you have time to do all this shit? What the fuck? With everything else she's had to think about. Sato-san still managed to do this. And all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting.
It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina.
It's gonna be the last thing I present. Bet. Thank you so much, Sato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. Lala? You really are the best judicial assistant in the world.
Well, that's extremely oh my god, I'm stumbling on my words because I'm tired. That's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there.
Oh! Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself.
What? What do you mean a failure? What did you fail at?
What are you talking about? No.
Aww.
Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Miss Naruhodo. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room.
Sato-san,
I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night.
Wait! There's something I need to say! What was that?
A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown.
Shutdown?
Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears.
Susato! I mean, I'm still gonna cry about it. Aww. Sato-san. It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. I'm okay. Susato! Aww. I was expecting it to be continued. And this... Oh, it's the hospital. Herlock, I mean? Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. He's up. He shouldn't be up, but he's up. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we've discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. Who's talking? On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Is this Susato? My dear madame.
Oh, Susato. At least you got to see him one last time.
I think there's something that they were talking about, it looks like.
Oh, Susato! I can't believe she's not gonna be with us on our final trial! Oh.
It's okay, Susato. We'll win this trial. We'll show you we've grown. You were there to help us so much, and now we have to take care of it on our own. And I guess Sherlock is gonna show up at some point to help us out. I don't know. Oh, this game. I wonder how long I wonder what the trial is going to be like. Oh god, I'm just so sad. I'm so sad about many things. Susato leaving, and then we're so close. We're getting to the end of the game. Oh god, it's just. Oh, this really has been an adventure, and we haven't even finished yet. We're not even done, and there's still a second game. So I don't know why I'm talking as if there's never gonna be a game. So like once we're done with these games, it's gonna be so fucking. When did I start playing this? Hold up. It's wrong Joy-Con. I started playing this July 28th. Well, and today, as of recording this, sorry, this is gonna be so dated by the time this episode comes out. It's August 15th. Less than a month. Less than a month. Less than a month. Then again, I guess when you say a month, that sounds like a long time. But I guess I wasn't playing this every day. I don't know. I'm just okay. Well, it's fine. I have to go. I've been playing for a solid like what 6 hours, I think. I actually could technically keep going, but I guess my own judgment. I need to like stand up and not sit because I've been sitting this entire time. So I'm gonna stop. Thanks a lot for watching. Next time you see, we'll be in trial. Our final trial of this game. It's probably gonna be very long. I imagine it's probably gonna be like 5-6 hours or something like that, probably. Hope you tune in to watch it. See what unfurls. See what the hell is going on. Okay. Zata, bye.